the short verdict here is you can make money selling t-shirts from the bins that aren't bangers. You just have to be able to put the work in, and there's a limitless supply of these things at the end of the day.
Good morning, Thomas.
Morning, Sally.
Well, it is Thursday. That's normally flip or flop, but today we're going to do we're not going to do a deep dive, but we're going to tiptoe into the deeper end of the pool on graphic tees. I told you that I have, a box, and that's being kind. I have boxes full of graphic tees that I picked up over the last year, and for no particular reason, I picked them up because they sounded cool. I don't even know what cool is. So we're going to take a look at them today. And before we start, just tell me generally about graphic tees. None of mine are going to be the $2,000 t-shirts. Is it even worth looking at stuff that's not, single stitch and bangers?
So the great thing about t-shirts is very similar to corgis. When you find a good t-shirt, it's basically one of the following things. It's a really old band t-shirt, it's a really old comic book t-shirt, or it's a really old like pop culture t-shirt, like something Disney or something movies or something along those lines. But the great thing about t-shirts, regardless of whether or not they're old, is that they're super, super easy to list because it's a t-shirt. You only have to take really one picture of the front. If it's got a date, you take a picture of the date. If it's got a tag, you take a picture of the tag, take a picture of the back of the tag because it might have other information on it. If it's single stitch, you take a picture of the sleeve, flip it over, take a picture of the back, take a picture of some measurements, done. There's no piece of clothing on the earth easier to list than a t-shirt. The other great thing about t-shirts is that they're constantly in demand because everybody wears t-shirts, both genders, and typically women are searching for t-shirts within the men's category, because if you're looking for some sort of graphic tee, like probably some of the ones you're going to show us, they're all going to be listed under the men's category. So you can always list them under the same category, take photos of them the same way. They're just very, very straightforward. Basically, the least that a t-shirt will sell for is about $5 plus shipping, and it might take a while. But if it's a good graphic, you can usually get at least 10 plus shipping. And if it's a trendy thing, which is kind of what you have to pay attention for. So like if it's, again, pop culture, music, or something along like the lines of, I don't know, video games, then it'll probably sell faster. And there's some fine lines as like, this wrestling tee is worth $60 and this wrestling tee from the same exact time period is worth $10. But all in all, t-shirts tend to be worth picking up because you can get them so cheap. They're lightweight, you can ship them cheap, and they're very easy to list.
Well, as I said, I paid about $1 a piece for these, and that's at the bins. Another thing I hope we're going to cover is sometimes I have found really old t-shirts that looked cool. However, they had a little hole in them. So I thought, well, I'm not going to sell a t-shirt with a hole. Now I find out that you have to balance the condition of the shirt with the desirability of the graphic. So what do you think? Should we head over and take a look at my pile of shirts?
Pickle says yes.
Okay, Thomas, we're over at a pile of shirts. And I think the best thing to do is kind of maybe hang them up. Do you see that okay?
Yeah, works for me.
Okay. That's my dog barking in the back. Quit it, Sammy. I picked up this one because it said Minecraft on it. And because it was colorful and because it doesn't look in bad condition. The brand is Mojang. Doesn't appear to have any holes in it, but it certainly is a 2-stitch, but it is an XL, but I think that's a kid's XL. Would you have picked that up?
For $1, trying to make $10 on it, that's an easy pickup. It's video games. Minecraft is very hot. Definitely something that'll sell within 30 days, at least from what I'm thinking. You could list it for $12 plus shipping, take 10, good to go.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this one, this is an example of me saying, hell, this must be neat. I don't know what it is. Because there's a certain problem with being a gender gap. I mean, not gender and age gap in here. So this is an unknown graphic. What would you do with a graphic? I mean, look, it's really, I don't know if this is about a game. I don't know if it's somebody's dream. On the back, it says, "Take That" is the brand. And it is an adult, a human XL. What would you do with it?
So that's a shirt that, again, I don't recognize what it is. If you search that brand, it might come up with some information and I could look really stupid to some viewers. But I think this is a shirt that would sell a lot more just based on keywords. So I would use things like, even though it's not all over print, I do all over print, loud, eagles, hawks, that a
Would you
coffin,
use goth?
gothic, yep, both of those. And then make sure everything else is filled in correctly. Your size, your color, all that stuff. Mark, that'd be a black, not a multicolor shirt.
Oh, it would be black. Okay, and that's another interesting thing. So graphic tees are the color of the tee. The graphic isn't really the color of the shirt.
Yep, I would say that.
Okay, good. Okay. This is a kid's size, which I usually don't pick up, but I got it because it says Hurley on it. It's made by Hurley, and it had kind of a loud graphic on it. So how about picking up name brands like Hurley or Under Armour?
So that's not a very desirable shirt, but it's still something that if I was to, if I wanted to make $5, I could do that pretty quick. You spend $1, you could easily list that for $7 plus shipping, especially if it's a kid size, which makes it less desirable. But when it comes to just a loud print on a basic brand, if you're trying to sell a basic brand, you want the louder prints. So
okay. This one I got because I recognized it and reminded me of me at Christmas. It's huge. It is and it's by Disney Classics.
Okay, so that's good. That means it's licensed. Does it remind you, because do you like to use pickaxes? What reminds you of yourself here?
Oh, I'm grumpy.
Okay, I get it now. I get it.
It's very large, and it doesn't seem to have any holes or anything in it.
Disney is, just based on everything about it, popular and always will be popular. It's a solid $8, $9, $10 shirt plus shipping. You make your money back fast.
Okay, this one I got because I think I saw a cartoon about it one time. Hong Kong Phooey. It's pretty faded.
So
number one.
So I don't know what that's from. That is some reference to some movie
cartoon or something.
Yeah, some cartoon or something. One good keyword for this is ringer. Whenever you have a t-shirt and there's like a different color around the collar and then the cuffs of the sleeves, it's called a ringer tee.
All right.
So this is I would do research, figure out what that is so that I would use that in the title. Unless it's something really selective and rare, my guess is it's similar to the last one, $10, $12, $15 plus shipping.
Okay, but I'll look it up. Yeah, I'm not putting you on the hook today for pricing.
No, I mean, in general, here's a treat. Most graphic tees that aren't special are going to be anywhere between $10 to $15 plus shipping. And you're going to, charge $4.99 for $5.49 for shipping.
I picked up just because it says Carl's Jr. It's an XL and it's in good shape. Is there any value in picking up brands like Coke and Pepsi and Carl's Jr. and that stuff?
So some of these shirts may have a licensing issue, and it doesn't look like that's on a Carl's Jr. tag or anything. I don't see like a date on the shirt showing that or like a little signature showing that it was licensed by Carl's Jr. But I've never heard of Carl's Jr. coming after anybody. So I wouldn't be particularly worried about listing that shirt, but it's nothing special. It's just like the others, another $10, $12, $15 shirt plus shipping. Carl's Jr. What?
If it's not, I think maybe I'll make a rule for myself. I just don't want to get bureaued or something like that. So it's not worth it to me to list a $7 shirt that might get me in trouble.
Yep.
Okay, this is Red Hot Chili Peppers. It doesn't have, it has a trademark and stuff under the bottom of it.
Good, cool. Then you could call it licensed. Red Hot Chili Peppers are popular. You could put a good 15 plus shipping on that, take 12, 10 or 12.
Okay, great.
So the short verdict here is you can make money selling t-shirts from the bins that aren't bangers. You just have to be able to put the work in. And
Yeah.
there's a limitless supply of these things at the end of the day.
So if you just want to get a lot of sales, if I was starting a store, that might be a good way to get into it, is to go the bins, pay $1 for a bunch of shirts and get a bunch of sales.
Yeah.
And not hurt badly.
Great piece of clothing to start with.
Okay, this is Iron Maiden.
If that shirt was 30 years older, that'd be a $2,000 shirt, but it's not. It's 4 years old, which makes it probably a $10 to $15 shirt, just like the others. But it will sell because regardless of people actually listening to Iron Maiden and regardless of the stains up top, it will sell. It's not as desirable. Those stains will impact the price more than stains on a 30 to 40-year-old shirt, just because of the rarity and desirability of those shirts.
That's the Book of Souls.
Oh, was it 16? Thought it said 18.
No, it's 16.
Okay, then 6 years old. Doesn't matter.
Okay, this is the Bat Baby.
Ooh, Batman, Arkham Knight. Okay, so
It is Port and Company.
Okay. So Arkham Knight, this may be, I'm not a video game guy anymore, but this may be a reference to the video game. So if this is a reference to the video game, this would probably be worth more because video games are hot, superheroes are hot, combination is good. So for this, I would type in Arkham Knight shirt, and there's only so many. It's going to pop up. That could be, and I mean, don't take my word for it. That could be $100 shirt, could be a $10 shirt. Everything is different. The fact that it's kind of cool is definitely a good sell through. It's definitely a good.
I would have put in Batman shirt. So what I'm learning now is if they have additional verbiage on it, put that in.
Yep.
Okay, this is a double stitch, single side, double bubble gum.
Yep, nothing special, basically $10, $12, move on.
Okay.
That might even be a $7 to $8 shirt. There's really nothing special about it.
Now, I went on Whatnot and I bought a couple Purple Rain shirts.
Okay, how old is?
You know, this.
Are any of them single stitch?
No.
Okay,
And
well,
it's a printed on, so I know it's licensed.
yep. Yeah.
What would you do?
And $15 shirt. I don't know I mean, look it up. I don't know if that's a reference to I didn't see a reference to the print shirt or not. Anyways, Chicago Bulls, single stitch, whatever.
It's double.
Okay, what's the tag look like? Okay, so it's screen printed. So that's a new shirt. Do you know who the guy on the front is?
It says NBA Finals 1997.
Yep, but it's not from that, it's not that old. So so you'd put the name of the player on it, which looks like Dennis Rodman, could be wrong. And you would, unless that's Jordan with a weird hair thing on him. No, I'm right. So you put Dennis Rodman, Bulls, 1997.
Mitchell and Ness. Does
Mitchell
that make
and
any difference?
Ness. Yep, so that makes it a $15 to $20 shirt.
Oh, good. Okay, this is another brand shirt. It's Quicksilver.
That's just like the Hurley shirt, nothing else needed. Easy money. You got to put the
Easy
time.
to look up. I got a couple of them.
I've sold some older Quicksilver things for better money because it's actually gotten older. It was originally, I think, from Australia. So it started in the 80s.
But I do not have a clue what this means.
I have not a clue, which is one of those things you type into Google, it comes up, you very quickly learn the value of it. I can't say definitively, I'm guessing it's nothing exceptional, but I could be totally wrong.
It says Toltecs in it, so I will.
Yeah, so it's a newer shirt. That Toltecs tearaway tag is new.
Okay, you told me yesterday that this is a Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yep. Well,
Sure.
butcher, but yes, yep, that's that. Uh, Luxury designer, but not an especially valuable shirt, I'm guessing. Some of those shirts are worth hundreds, some of them are worth 10. All you do is type in that top brand Springsy plus Jean-Michel Basquiat, and it would tell you exactly what the value of that is. I'm guessing 15, 20 bucks.
Okay. Here's a 2009, 2010 double stitch, Simply the Best. Looks like Tina Turner.
Tina Turner's not super in demand. I'm guessing just like another $10, $15.
Okay. This is a Spider-Man shirt, and that's all it has on it is that. So I just look up Spider-Man shirt and find out how
No,
many.
there's going to be a lot of Spider-Man shirts. What does the tag look like?
Marvel.
Okay. So some tags that have, usually if it says Marvel on it to be valuable, it either has to have a old tag or it has to have the actual like physical tag that says Marvel on it. I don't know how valuable that shirt is. I'm guessing like the others, it's a $10 to $15 shirt, but it's
Okay.
got that cool little pocket detail. I would look it up and do a little bit of research. You might be missing 10 bucks if I do that. Pokemon, I'm guessing not an exceptional shirt just based on the color of it. It looks like a newer style. What's the tag? Printed?
Yep.
Yeah, printed $10, $15 shirt, done.
So are you telling me printed tags are going to be indicate newer?
They indicate age. So I've sold a printed tag anime shirt for $180, but that was because it was anime, and anime is really hot. It was like the coolest one at the time. But
this is the only single stitch shirt that I have.
What is it?
Denver Broncos.
Who makes it?
It says Salem Sportswear, made in USA.
Yep. So yep, Salem's one of the big old t-shirt companies. I feel like I've sold the San Francisco version of that shirt many times. I'm guessing it's a $20 shirt. The fact that NFL is just starting might make it a little hotter, but all I think it would do is just increase the sell-through. So
and vintage. It is a big size. I found that shirts that normally I wouldn't sell if they're a great big size and they're sports, is because guys sit around, drink beer, and get fat.
Wow, it's really stereotyping my gender.
Well, there goes our monetization. Okay, this is a weird little shirt. I actually looked it up. I can't remember what I found, but it's called the Salem Art Company, and this was one easy to look up, and it does have a little bit of value to it. It's not single stitch, but it's an artsy thing. So I guess that's another category. If they're a little artsy shirts that are followed by a lot of people.
Look it up. Look that one up. I have no idea. Could be 50, be 10.
Okay, this is
Lil Wayne, Free at Last.
No, it's Lil Wayne.
Oh, thank you. My apologies. Does it have a date on it? Yep. So does it have a date anywhere?
Yes.
Typically, there's a very clear look to a very valuable rep tee that
it looks like it's 2010.
Okay, maybe a little better. I don't know. 25 could be also. A lot of these are dependent when it comes to that time period on the production run, how common it is.
2010 official. So should I put officially licensed when I do see it?
No,
something like
nope. That's a waste of keystrokes.
Okay. Nothing special except it's big and it's Elvis Presley.
A cool shirt. That's it. $10, $15. Move on.
It looks like you're almost looking for when I worked at Starbucks, they always said the markings you put on the cup are just the exceptions. Did you know that? You just put the exceptions because every latte comes with certain ingredients, but if you want it extra hot or whatever. So I almost feel like this with shirts that I'm going to look for the extras, the special instructions, the date, stuff like that. This is, I didn't know, I think it's a band.
Yep, it is. Cage the Elephant is a rock band. When is it? Where's it made?
I mean, this is it looks like it's either 2000 or 2008. I can't tell.
Where's it made?
And it is made, it says Next Level.
I think it's 2008 then.
Well, since it has some writing in Spanish on it, I'm going to guess it's made in Mexico.
Okay, I'm guessing it's a 2008 shirt. Cage the Elephant does have a following. I've sold their shirts for 40 bucks.
I'll probably be able to find this exact shirt then.
Yeah,
probably.
definitely. Yeah, especially if you put in the date.
Okay, a game shirt, Atari.
Nothing special, just your everyday Atari shirt, 10 bucks. Same exact, that one looks older just based on that style, but it's the same thing. I see through it. Yep, same thing.
Okay, this is a double stitch, says Cage Fighter.
Okay. And then
So-
the man.
Go ahead.
So I'm not a big martial arts guy. There is a significant following when it comes to boxing and martial arts. So I'm guessing if that is some sort of fighter that is popular, could go quick, but again, I'm guessing
No.
15. That's a cool print, but that's a new shirt. There's a million of those out there, 10, 15 bucks, move on with your day.
It says McDonald's Hamburgers First Edition Apparel Collection.
It's not the first McDonald's shirt. Very similar to the other ones, 10, 15 bucks, move on with your day.
Now this somebody is butchered off.
Yep, so they cropped it. So when you, in the title, you would put cut off and cropped. It's still sellable, even though it's cropped. I once sold a cropped old Undertaker WWE shirt for 160 bucks because you could still see the bottom line.
Okay. Yeah, let's see.
Marvel, that's a really cool shirt if it was old, but it's not old. Screen printed, I'd type in Marvel shirt, see what came
Oh, I
up.
see it says Marvel on it. I didn't even see that.
Oh yeah, so it might be a somewhat of a winner, might not. Look it up. I'm guessing another $15 shirt, but
And finally, this one.
ooh, the Clash, maybe a Japanese issue. Are any of the hem single stitch?
All of them.
They're all single stitch?
Wait a minute. The sleeve is double stitch. No, they're all double stitch. Just makes it look like it's single stitch because they're really close together.
Okay, what's the tag look like?
Non-existent. It's got an old oh yeah, it does have one. It says Bay Island.
Okay, so that's a new shirt. The Clash isn't especially cool, but kind of a cool shirt, 15, 20 bucks. I think, so the major takeaway from.
Yeah, I'm done. So I'm going to move you
Yeah.
back over here. Okay, so the takeaways for me today were that you can make money flipping graphic tees if you get them for $1 a piece. You're not going to get hurt. And they wouldn't be bad for someone starting out who needed to just kind of cut their teeth on doing t-shirts. You're not probably going to find Grail, but you might. But, you know, you kept referring to tags and age. What's the best way to increase my knowledge of age of shirts? Are there any helpful hints?
Yeah, so the number one thing to do is keep looking at them. Keep going to the bins, keep going to thrift stores, look at shirts. And basically the tags that you see constantly are going to be the tags that aren't worth very much. And that's just because those are the ones that are available. If they were worth a lot, they wouldn't be there because people would be buying them. For a really good reference though, if you just type in old tags, old Brockham tags, old Hanes tags, any of those things, there'll be tons and tons of Google Images results that'll pop up with all of the tags through time dated. I know they have it for Patagonia, for Woolrich, for Nike, for Hanes. All of these are very clearly found. We'll put a few links in the description,
Okay.
just so you can find them. But again, the best way to grow your knowledge, I would say, isn't by looking at tags, because it's just by looking. It's by looking at shirts. It's by looking at clothes, because that's how you really learn. Whether you're at the bins and you can feel, oh wow, that shirt doesn't feel like all the other ones, that probably means it's a poly rayon cotton blend, or a different kind of cotton they used back in the day, super thin, super thick. You'll have a better like mental feeling Rolodex than just being able to look at a tag and know that it's old. Because knowing that a tag is old doesn't necessarily make it worth money. It just makes it increases the likelihood of the chance of it being worth more.
So would it be fair to say, and I'm kind of making this up as I go, but as I'm looking, I mean, I'm not hurt on $1 a shirt, but if I go and I see a $40 shirt, it might be a $1,000 shirt, but I better look at age, and we can tell the age by the tag. If I develop a knowledge of that, I can also tell age somewhat by whether it's a single or double stitch. And the second thing is theme. What is it?
Theme.
And the
big.
third would be condition.
Yep. And all those things are related. You know, if it's old, doesn't necessarily make it good. Theme doesn't necessarily make it good. Condition doesn't necessarily make it good. There's all these sliders that work together. Obviously, old, good theme, good condition is the dream. But if you have one slider up, one slider middle, you could still really hit some home runs. And as long as all the sliders aren't at the bottom, you can still make some money.
So I'm going to say it's got to be a 2 out of 3. It's either got to be old, in good condition, old, whatever those combinations can be. But out of those 3 factors, age, theme, and condition, I'd better have 2 of the 3 sliders somewhere off the bottom.
Works. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going to push back, because there's a lot of factors you can get into, but in generally, it's a good concept.
One last question. You have sold some shirts. I know that isn't probably your primary, but can you think of one that either surprised you in value or that was a bluebird flying in through the window that you didn't expect?
Yep.
What?
So I once sold a Hurley, exactly like you had, Hurley Tron collaboration shirt from when Tron had a movie, I think in 2008 or something. There was some collaboration they did, and it was just Hurley, but it had like the Tron teal look and a big circle on the back, and the tag. It was printed. It just said Hurley and Tron. I looked it up. One had sold for $170, and I was like, well, why not throw it up? I think it took 3 months, but mine also sold for $160, $170, which totally random. A shirt. The tag was screen printed, but just due to the theme, that made it valuable.
Okay, well, I'll relook at my criteria. Well, this has been really helpful to me, and I hope it has some good takeaways for other people who, like me, are kind of either you're trying to define your niche, or you're trying to look at, like, I have boxes of stuff that I bought for no reason, and I'm trying to thin those down. So anyway, thank you for that. Thomas, tomorrow is Dealer's Choice, and I think that we're going to be surprised at what we talk about, just like our viewers will be, unless you have any good ideas.
Oh, I got them, but I'll tell you about them afterwards, because there's so many of them.
This is
so as always, smash the like button. Let us know what you thought. Throw in some good comments. Let's interact. Give us some feedback, and subscribe. Do them all. Want to hear from you. Talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.